So it started out as a high school project for seniors at Crestwood, and they wanted to do a history of Mountaintop. So they called a lot of the old timers from Mountaintop together, and we had a meeting at the high school with these students, and they did the project, and it actually turned into a book that the Historic Society picked up. And the book was The Pieces of the Past, and there was a lot of old pictures that people donated and a lot of stories about Mountaintop, and it was really interesting. And that's actually how the Historic Society got formed. And it was pretty active, and they were giving scholarships out to history students for years. And then a lot of the key people passed away, and it kind of like fell apart.
Yeah.
And what happened was the Mountaintop Host Company had their bazaar every year, and they decided they weren't going to have it anymore. So I said to my friend, hey, why don't we start this bazaar back up? And he said to me, why don't we just start the Historic Society back up and see if we can get that going again. So I called the one person that was left from the Historic Society and explained to him that we want to get the Historic Society going again, and he told us, good luck. I had a hard time getting people to show up at meetings, and everyone died off, and we don't even know where half the stuff is. So we had made a few phone calls, got a lot of people together, and we had our first meeting, and I think the room was pretty full. And the old president of the Historic Society was amazed. And we told him, we don't want to throw you out, we want to help you. We want to help you get this going again. So he's our current president. He's been president since we formed it in November of 2017. So we've been doing a lot of things since 2017. We did a few more books, namely high school graduates of the area, like Fairview and Crestwood. We did a book on that. We've done quilts that we raffled off. We've done postcards, magnets, and we're a very active group. And we're trying to get a home where we could display all this stuff, because we have a lot of things that have been donated that are really historical. We have a barber chair that Jack Frankville was our barber for years, and he took over the shop from his uncle that started it back in the, I believe the 1920s. So we have his chair from the shop he donated us. We have his cash register. We have some stuff from Glenson Water Company. We have a lot of pictures, books that were donated to us with nowhere to put them. Right now they're in several people's homes. So we were trying to get all this together so that we can have a little museum on Mountaintop. I've lived in Mountaintop all my life. My parents grew up here. My mom grew up in Angola. My dad grew up in Penobscot. So I kind of have the advantage of knowing a little bit about each area. My mom worked at the Grove Theater from the very beginning, and she has a lot of the programs that were from the 1930s. She kept a scrapbook. I've lived in this neighborhood all my life. I grew up right around the corner and raised my family. My kids are right in the area, and I love Mountaintop. It's a nice place to live. Growing up, it was we had a lot of fun. Memorial Park was one of the places we hung out. We used to go to Ann and Billy Nose's penny candy store. And I grew up in a good time because every family had kids. We had kids all over. So it was never a problem finding somewhere to play baseball or football or anything. The only organized sport we had growing up was the Little League. So, I mean, every kid was involved in that. So we had a lot of good memories from that. When I was 18 years old, I ran for political office. I ran for the judge of elections. And I knew I wasn't going to win because I ran against a gentleman that had 5 kids who was an insurance man. But I wanted to get my name out there to see how I would do. Well, the person that beat me actually encouraged me to keep going. So I became a a fire chief at a very early age at the Mountaintop Police Company. So I was involved in the fire department. As I got a family, I kind of fell away from that and then became involved in the recreation department of the Fairview Township, where we worked at Memorial Park trying to improve it. We built a refreshment stand down there that wasn't there, a permanent place with restrooms. We redid a lot of stuff at the park. And then I became involved as a township supervisor. I was a supervisor for many number of years. And I was at one meeting, and as the residents were yelling at me about different things in their neighborhoods, I saw the tax collector walking out with a bag full of money, kind of laughing at us. So I thought, that's the job I want. So I became the tax collector after that, and did that for several years. And then as I got older, I wanted to spend more time with the family, so I kind of gave that up when they did the reassessment for the county. I knew that a lot of seniors would be hurting, so I thought I don't want to see that. I want to leave on a high note. So that's basically what I've been doing now. And now I got involved in the Historic Society. So I've been involved in the community for quite a number of years. First bought my house. I wanted to get. I actually drove around the neighborhood and I saw a for sale sign, and it was about the time I was getting ready to get married. So I approached the people that lived here, and I thought it was a great deal. So the only problem was you could only walk on a little bit of the porch to get to the house because it was falling off. There was actually a hole in the kitchen that you could see into the basement. There was water running through the foundation. So I thought, hey, I'm young, I could fix it up. So that's basically what we did, and I've been here for 40 some years. Yeah. So and there was actually a home silk garage in the back that actually was a giant bee's nest, and me and a neighbor went one day and actually pushed it over. That's how bad it was. That's about it. Yeah. I fixed up the whole basement for myself, and that's my summer home. I'm not a winter home, actually. My summer home is my pavilion in the back I built. So I have a great time. Yeah. Families real close by. So we have great times here.
Yeah, the pavilion looks great to entertain friends and family with, and
right.
I think I may try to build something similar within my own property in the future.
There you go. There you go. Anytime you want to check it out, check it out. So that's basically it. I thought you were going to ask questions.
She took control of the conversation.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I wasn't going to stop
I noticed that. Yeah. I'm thinking like, I thought this was supposed to be an interview.
No.
So we bought this house before we got married, and we did a lot of work in it. Now, this house was built in 1870. The man that built it was a supervisor for the Central New Jersey Railroad. He had 26 children.
Wow.
With maybe only 2 sets of twins.
And he housed them all in this house?
He housed them all. They said that the kitchen table ran from one door straight through to the second door.
Wow.
One big table. The upstairs of the house was one floor, dormitory style. I love this house. It's the original wood in this house. The family are all buried down at the Albert Cemetery, most of them. We actually have seen most of the graves. We have pictures of the family that were taken somewhere around World War I.
Wow.
We actually have some ships. I guess some of the men were in the service then. There's a lot of names on the mountain here that still are related to that family. The best story that I heard of this house and that family was Teddy Roosevelt would come hunting in this area, and he would go up to visit. He would go and stay at the Mountaintop Hotel. He heard of the family that had the 26 children. He came down and had Sunday dinner with them.
Wow.
And then every year at Christmas, this family would get a gift basket from him. For years, he got a gift basket.
They must have felt very privileged to receive such a gift.
I would honored.
Yeah.
I would say it was an honor. You know, he was a very well liked man. Teddy Roosevelt was in this area.